Hi guys, today we're going to be tying an emerging buzzer. Now the hook I have in the vise is a Amazon B100. It's a lightweight shrimp and buzzer hook, and the thread I'll be using is black uni thread 80. So we catch on just behind the eye, take the thread down and touch and turns. Now this is a curved buzzer hook, so you want to be going quite far down, right round the bend, as it's an emerging fly, so you're going to want some of the pattern subsurface. Using our tag end of the thread to make sure we're getting nice tight turns the whole way down the body. Break off your tag end. And for the rib, we're going to be using some pearl crystal flash. Offer it up, a couple of turns to catch it in. Taking your thread up, back down again. Now for the body of the fly, we're going to be using black seals for. Take a very light pinch of it. I want the body to be quite fine and sparse. Dub it on. It's definitely the sort of thing where less is more. It's a lot easier to add a wee bit on than to take a bit off. So catch on a couple of turns, tighten it in, another few turns. If you think it's getting too loose, just give it another twist or two to tighten it down. Ring it. A wee bit short there, so take another pinch, literally half a dozen, 10 fibres of seals for. Dub it on nice and tight. And again, it's alright if your body gets a wee bit thicker, moving up towards the thorax. And we're stopping there. The thread just past the point of the hook. From here now we're going to run a rib up. So we take our crystal flash, tighter turns at the bottom, nice and close, and then as you're moving up, widen your rib out a bit more, just to make it a little bit more like the natural segmentation of the fly. So, catch your rib in, a couple of turns to hold everything tight and trim off. Now for the wing, we're going to be using some CDC. I have 4 feathers stacked just by the tips, and you want to be tying them in with a natural curve of the fly, curve of the feather, pointing up. So strip away a lot of the fly. Now, when you're tying it in, you want to leave enough to fold it over and give yourself a bit of an air bubble in below. So catch that down. You're talking about 10mm, 15mm or so, just to give you enough to fold over the top. Trim off your excess. Bind it all down tight. And for the hackle, I'm going to be using a grizzle hackle. It's off a whiting bronze grade saddle. These are great for dry flies, probably about as good as it gets for dry fly hackles. Again, catch it in on your near side. Trim the stalk off. Bind it down and back up again. Now a bit more black seals for the thorax. You can be a bit more generous here. You don't want it just as tight. Give the thorax a bit more shape. So from the middle of the thorax, I go back towards the CDC and then over to the eye again. This gives you a nice shape for your thorax. Take your grizzle hackle feather and nice open turns. Bring it up your thorax. This is to represent the legs of the buzzer hatching off. It'll give a bit of disturbance in the water and can help attract fish. So 3 or 4 turns. Snip off your hackle. A few more turns down around the eye. This will just help give the whips over the CDC something to bind onto. So I take my dubbing needle and fold the CDC over the top to make a small loop, and then drop the bobbin over a couple of times. This leaves me with quite a lot sitting in front of the eye. So what I do there is take my dubbin. Again, if that happens, just take your 3 whips off. Try not to be as daring with this one. Just teasing it back to give myself a nice loop. Couple more turns to catch it down in. Now we're ready to whip finish. I like to pull the stub of CDC over the top and get a couple of whips underneath it. And then a couple over the top. And there we have an emerging buzzer. All it needs is a coat of varnish and it's ready to fish. Once again, if you like my wee videos, feel free to subscribe to my channel and keep up to date with any new ones I'll get round to doing.